Welcome on in, everybody. This is the Aegis Rolldown podcast. Happy to see you guys here. I'm the real honey bear. We got Lorence over there. We got our special guest, the Crazy Pete. We're gonna refer to him as Pete because saying the Crazy Pete the entire time it's way too much, way too long. But welcome on, everybody. This episode of the Aegis Rolldown, which is episode 5, is sponsored. If you guys don't know, we sponsor every single episode. This episode is a very special sponsorship. It is sponsored by Keen's Cat Ear Stream. So if you guys want to support Keen's Cat Ear Stream, Keen's in the chat. Make sure you go check out their Twitch channel. Trying to get Keen some cat ears, as well as everyone's favorite Gold Buddy. I don't know if Gold Buddy's in the chat, August, if you see him. But Gold Buddy's name change from Gold Buddy to Gold Daddy. Thank you very much.
The one, the only.
Yeah, so 2 sponsors this time around. Gold Daddy name change and cat ears for Keens. So hype about that. If you guys have never been a part of this podcast, though, besides the joke of the sponsorships, we talk about all things TFT and Aegis. We talk about meta changes, meta shifts. We do some tier lists. We have some fun guests, and we overall just have a good time. At the end of the podcast, we will be answering questions. If you guys have any questions about anything we're saying, or just want to ask us, why does Lorence look so good with his haircut? You could ask that. So feel free to drop those in the chat. We'll be pulling them as we go. But anyways, without further ado, Lorence, how you doing, man? Tell us about yourself.
I'm feeling real slick and aerodynamic with less hair. Feeling good. With that, I've been quicker on the draw with all these putting in points and stuff. It's pretty noticeable. It's been good. For those of you who don't know me for some reason yet, I am the TFT director here at Aegis. Love running these tournaments. It's a great time. I am excited to have the Crazy Pete on. I'd love to get to talk to players more. I get to talk to him even off of this anyway, but it's going to be fun to see this dynamic. I'm excited.
Yeah. As always, that was pretty boring. Besides the Crazy Pete part, speaking of which, Crazy Pete, how you doing, man? Who the heck are you? Nobody has any idea. So who the heck are you, man? Tell us about yourself.
I'm a nobody. Honestly, though, I've recently gotten into competitive TFT last set, which I'm new to the TFT scene. I went from gold to masters last set, and then now I'm an aspiring challenger player. I have background in Hearthstone. Was legend a couple of times, but yeah, just found a love for TFT last set, and now I'm really looking to improve. So yeah.
For sure. Yeah, and you, now we talked a little bit about this, but you are striving for Challenger this set, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the goal. Are you going to hit that before the 4 Fun patch?
I'm trying to hit it by the end of this next week. We'll see. So, by next Aegis Rolldown, I'll be in the chat and I'll tell you if it happened or not. So, we'll see.
Feels good, man. That or, I mean, if you do great, you can just replace Lorence. We'll swap you over there.
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I want that responsibility.
Are you sure? It'll be fun. I'd have fun watching.
We'll see. I'll pass for now.
For now.
For sure. But weeks. How you guys' week been? I know we were just talking about Crazy Pete. You just finished the Pain Saga in Naruto. What was that?
Yes. Oh, so
did you
good.
actually finish it?
I'm like 5 minutes left, but we're fine. I googled.
Oh, wait, no, go
just
ahead.
In case.
Go ahead.
So, no.
Ruin anything.
It was really good. I might have not played any TFT because I was watching it. So it's good fun.
A noble sacrifice. Okay.
I got ready for the day at 5 p.m. today because I was just watching it all day. So guilty pleasure right there. That's not great.
You're better at it than I am. I think I'm on, if we're including Naruto, I think I'm on year 8 of trying to finish it. I unironically have been watching it for that long, and it's just that long, and I'm like, okay, I'll put it off for a couple months. Then I come back and watch an arc, put it off, and then I just keep doing that over and over again. But I am further than you, unless you've watched it all before and you're just rewatching.
Nope, never watched it. So
okay, first time through.
Mm-hmm.
Feels good. Yeah, I personally, I'm with Lorence. I have not actually finished Naruto. But Naruto is probably one of the best like anime I feel like of all time. I feel like it would be in like everybody's top 25 list somewhere, right?
Agreed.
Did you argue
Yeah,
that, Lawrence?
top 25. Whew. That's pretty low. I almost feel like somebody, like, if you have it below, if you've watched it all the way through
Mhm.
and take it as an entirety, including like Shippuden, like I just think, like, if you put it below 15, I think you're wrong. I think your
Do you
opinion
think-
is wrong.
Do you think people add Boruto into that? Because I know a lot of people are like don't like Boruto.
I think you wouldn't include that personally. I think I'm not done with it still, so maybe
Mhm.
it'll change a little. But I think what it ended up turning into was a really good. Just, it's like everything I don't know. It's really hard to describe. It's like the whole package. Like, you have a lot of like side characters that are just like really well fleshed out that you care about, and then like something happens to them, and you're like, oh my gosh, and like, it actually concerns you. The actual action is generally pretty good. The abilities are really interesting. I'm trying to like think of like something that could possibly be that well fleshed out. Some of it's like really cheesy, but I'll give it a pass on that, and that maybe knocks it down from like really high to like 10% lower at most. But it's still like, I don't know. It's like going to either be number 1 for me or number 2, depending on how it finishes.
Now, with Pete just finishing the Pain Saga, 1, is the Pain Saga the best saga in all of Naruto? Or 2, is that just the best saga in all of anime?
I guess, Pete, how much other things have you watched? How does that arc compare now that you finished it? You don't have to give me spoilers or anything.
I've watched, like, other than, like, are we talking like general any anime or
Any anime.
Yeah, any
okay?
anime.
Yeah, I've watched Demon Slayer. I've watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Attack on Titan.
List, but what do you think?
That's like the top 3. Out of those, for context, I told those, but I think I loved the Pain Saga a lot. I think it was really, really good, and seeing the character progression in that was really, really cool. I'd argue that Attack on Titan was more jaw-dropping. But I think from an overall
spoilers,
story,
is there a specific season that was more jaw-dropping to you?
The first season was pretty oops all bangers in my opinion.
Yeah.
It just was like back to back, like what? So, but yeah, as far as like a story like progression, I think it's the best though so far. As far as like character building and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's something I would specifically point out as well, is that like it's been a while, so I will admit I had to go and review it real quick, but like remembering back, because it's been a couple years since I saw it, admittedly, it like really developed multiple characters, and started to connect a couple pieces that you didn't really have finished, and that's like one of the, maybe I'm misremembering, but like one of the first points where you're like, wow, this is like really like a fleshed out world that has some really cool characters. Particularly, spoiler alert, like the main character is like gets like a pretty good redemption arc, or not even a redemption arc, but like just a you see what he's really about. So I think that was a really cool part about the Pain Saga.
Absolutely, yeah. For me, I think the only arc that beats it is actually, if this is my personal opinion, roast me if you need to, it's the Grand Magic Games arc from Fairy Tail. Best arc, period, done. That was it.
I couldn't watch Fairy
Peak
Tail.
anime.
I don't know what it was.
You couldn't watch it?
2 or 3 episodes in, and I'm like, ugh.
Wait, like the whole thing, or just like Fairy Tail, or
2 or 3 episodes, and I was like, I just don't want to watch this.
Of Fairy Tail?
Yeah. Unironically.
Anyways, Lawrence, you can be done.
Right,
Lawrence can be done over here.
You know,
Pete.
the camp, so he just shuts me down.
Rip Lawrence. Yeah, what's up?
Rip Lawrence.
Lauren, your mic's cutting out.
Who is this? Oh,
no, you're like, Lawrence, mic's cutting out. Oh no.
He's dead. He's gone. Oh well. Yo, for anybody who didn't know, we do have a director of TFT position open at Aegis Esports. If anybody's interested. uh, but anyways, we'll slide on out. Do you guys wanna slide into to meta news?
Yeah, that's
the most important part.
Yeah, the
of
most
this entire
important
podcast.
Part. We're gonna start that with something that is going to be awe-inspiring and probably just as good as Naruto in terms of character building. You're about
Absolutely. So for those of you who don't know, which I would assume most people, I don't know if we talked openly about this. Did we talk openly about this?
I don't think so.
We are doing a tier list today. The tier list is a Little Legend tier list. So we've taken all of the Little Legends off the main client, up until right now, and put them in their classes, their respective classes. I believe they would be called classes anyways, the tacticians. And so if you open up the LoL client, you will see starts off right at the top at River Spirit and moves down, alphabetical order. And every single one of those categories we have taken and made a tier list of them. I know some of you will look at it and say, absolutely not. Why are these guys idiots? And we are. And so these three idiots made
we're all special kinds of idiots.
A tier list for you guys. Actually, I did not check what I have set up for podcast use, so let's.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Do you also have the link there, Honeybear? You can toss that to like the main link over in TFT Gen.
Honeybear, apparently you're muted. You would be, yes. I think
I will lip read Dango greater than all. I think that's incorrect.
That's
Am I back?
That's an opinion.
Woohoo!
How do you know if you're back even?
I see it on my head.
Oh, okay. So
I didn't look. I looked down and I'm like, yep, it's muted. I'm
Okay.
gone. Anyways, there's the tier list.
Nice.
It's in there. There's the link to it. I'm also going to drop that link in TFT General. If you guys do want to make your tier list, take the picture of it or like download that picture, slap it into TFT General. We'd love to actually see them. I think it'd be pretty fun conversation topic. But without further ado, who do you guys want to start with?
I'll start.
I think it's you.
We can start with mine.
You taking yours, Lawrence?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see how it looks. So this is Lawrence's tier list. Get your roast ready. First time seeing Lawrence's tier list. Here it is. Starting off. Wait.
Yeah, this is it.
Lawrence. Who the heck's up there at the top?
That would probably be the Feather Knight.
What? Wait.
It's my favorite. I love penguins.
Do you actually run the Feather Knight at all times?
I did run the Chibi Dragonmancer Ash for now, but I'm going to go right back to my mainstay that I have stayed with for over 90% of my games, and that is the base level 3 Pengu Feather Knight.
Wait, and hang on, who is number 2? Is that a Poggle?
That is a Poggle.
Wait.
The one, the only.
What Poggle do you run?
I just like Poggle. I actually don't specifically run very often because I'm just running the Feather Knight, so I haven't like gone and bought exactly the one I want and upgraded it yet. But I'm like, if for some reason Pengu Feather Knight was deleted from the game, I would run Poggle. Also, just to be clear with all these, the tiering of these are not the actual order; they're all just in the tier. So they're not like in a specific order for how they are. They're just in their own tier. Do you have any problems with Poggles being there, or what?
No. Well, yes. No? Yes. Let me take that. Yes, I have lots of problems with that. I'll let Pete go. Pete, do you see anything on there? But I want to bring up one like glaring. Like everything else is okay, but there's one thing on here that I'm like, you are mistaken.
I think I agree with the top two. I like those.
Nice.
I think that I forgot what the cat's name is, but I think it's a little high personally.
What? Like the protector?
Yeah.
Protector?
It's a cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's-
But past that, like, it's looking good. I think Dowsy should replace that because there's some really good Dowsy skins.
I don't know. I'm not a big Dowsy fan. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't run it either, but
okay. Well, there is Koi. Like Koi Dowsy's pretty good.
yeah.
I could. I don't know. It's still pretty close. Like I wouldn't run it over any of the cats or like Squink or even like Moldiver. I'm like looking at that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not gonna run it over any of those.
Yeah, Moldiver's a little too high, but we'll get into that with my tier list. So,
Is there nothing else stands out here?
In the world is River Sprite D tier?
Look at it.
What are you on? What's
It
wrong with you?
It doesn't.
How many games did you run River Sprite?
I unironically, I don't think I've like ever run it outside of being on a new account. Because when the game came out, I immediately bought Little Legend eggs and got a Pengu Feather Knight. I was like, "This is it," and I immediately ran it. I don't think I got like,
over here, wealthy Lorence. What?
I said it, like I'm playing this. I'm playing this game until forever, and I'm getting my Pengu.
I mean, logically thinking about it, though, like they made it boring so people would buy Little Legends from a monetization standpoint. So
True.
Hey man, challengers still run it.
that's pretty valid. Well, the thing is too, like I immediately was like, I'm going to do this because I knew I would run it forever. And you know what? I'm actually still running it. Like it is my number one, like base Feather Knight. I don't even really like too many of the other like flavorings of Feather Knight.
Flavorings, I like that.
I run the base one all the time at level 3. So it was money well spent when it first came out.
Perfect.
All right. Any other rebuttals, Pete?
You don't have any rebuttals there, Honey Bear? Yourself?
More rebuttals?
You don't have anything else to say?
No, I'm good, man.
Okay.
But the dragon's nice. Yeah. Why? Do you got one specifically that you think?
Yeah, somebody might have something to point out in mind.
Oh wait, hang on. I forgot to look. Wait, where's the little blob? Wait, you got a little blob and B tier.
Yeah.
You
want to know why?
B tier.
Because it's a blob. You know how close it is to, like it's barely. Like I don't mean this as an insult. Like I'm still gonna run it when it's fun, but it's like how much better is it than some of the River Sprite things? There's like Sauna River Sprites. Like how much different is it actually? That's my thought.
You know what? Looking at the Sauna River Sprite, all right. You know what? I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, still the River Sprite's D tier to me.
Chess. Somebody said, "Where's Hushtail?"
Isn't Hushtail in there?
Yeah, I don't know where they're at.
Isn't it B tier?
B tier. He's got it in B tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many of them that it's hard to put around.
We're gonna have to point out random things.
Yeah, just so you guys know, we put all the base on here, so everything here is base, and we're categorizing it as everything below base or above base, whatever you will. So anything in that category, but we just use the base skin for the look of it.
I think something that might have skewed me a little bit though is it's anything below S tier is like everything above it I really like. So I just kind of like put most of these in like a level of tiering. Anything that's B and above is like these are okay, like they're nice. I would use them. But like everything in A is like I like that. S is like if these two above it were not there, I would use these all the time. Like Duckbill is amazing. Level 1 Pixie Mander is so cool. Chonk is great. The 2 dragons are sick. TB Dragonmancer, Ash. And then you have to compare it to like all these other ones. So it's like really hard to like I can't put like all these in S tier or A tier, you know?
Yeah. Well, something I guess that stands out to me is you put things like Moldiver on the same tier as Yasuo.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not a huge Chibi fan, honestly.
But that's weird. You know what I mean? It's like that's a costly skin. And you just got the little mole diver down there.
Not about cost.
It's a little mole diver.
Am I going to run this? I spent like $2 on this Pengu, and then I upgraded it with the shards, and I'm running it forever.
All right. Well, let's see the comparison. Do we want to go me next or Pete next?
Let's just get the ridicule out of the way. Let's go me.
Let's go Pete next then. And just so you guys know, I tried to not look at these, so when I inserted them, I don't know how they actually look. So hopefully, Pete's looks as good as Lorence's does. Yes, not bad.
Oh my!
Wait,
you really like your little legends, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Wait.
Okay, what's the Mole Diver?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Mole Diver's in D.
Guess why he's the lowest of the low?
Oh.
Wait, why?
There's one person. It's Keens. Every time. Because he'll dig my grave every game.
Yeah, because you're at the bottom because you dug all the way down to D tier.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Dug all the way down to D tier. Because he just sits there on my board, just shoveling away, putting the gravestone up there. But it's fine. I got my revenge. I'm not bitter.
That's freaking hilarious.
He dug himself to 5th place when he thought it was a free lobby, so.
And then,
my goodness.
Go ahead.
Overall, like, Yasuo, personally, I don't really run him, but I think he's super cool. Like, I was thinking about it today, and, like, all the animations and stuff feel, like, really... Like, they put a lot of love into him. Like, I don't love the Yasuo vibes, personally, but he, like, compared to, like, for example, like, Lee Sin and things like that, it just feels like they, like, really went over the top with Yasuo.
Yeah, I mean, even the Mastery 7 is pretty sick.
Yeah, like, all his emotes, all his animations are really clean. So I think it's really good.
You went Dango D tier.
Yep, it's a blob. It's a cute blob. Look, I'm not a huge fan of like the cute things. I like the badass looking things. So that's just me. Sorry, no hate on the dingo, but
wait, you also put Penguin S++ tier.
Yeah, he's the okay. Think about it. Like, when the game came out, he was the little legend everyone wanted.
My mind is blown right now.
Right? Like, he's so good. And the new one? You know the Dragonmancer one?
I need to see people putting these in the Discord, because there's no way. We have a sample size of 2 right now. Like, is that actually... Do people put that as like a top? I
personally don't run it often, but I love it. I love running him. He's great.
I'm just gonna pull up the Discord real fast. Pouring and Rainbow both put theirs in there. Pouring's trolling. Pouring's straight trolling.
Like, why would you run anything except Dango?
It's just Dango, Sprite, and shoot, I'm bringing the next one.
Pixmander.
Poggles. Wait, what is that one?
That's Pixmander.
Oh, Pixmander.
Also, specifically on Pixiemander, going back to I don't know if I mentioned it, but it is the #1 like base tier, because all the other things are like too much. But it's like this cute little salamander if it's level 1.
My gosh. All right, at least I know they didn't put Feather Knight high, so I feel better.
Well, we're gonna find out with yours, but see if there's something else I can point out here. Yeah, Poggles is A. Was it just not quite as like what compare it to like Rune Spirit?
Yeah, so like Poggles, I feel like he's overused, but he's really cute, and he's still like, I don't know, he's quirky. So I put him up there high.
I like how he sits there and you're like walking over the board, and he's like jittering all over the place.
Yeah, like, no,
he's like an energetic little puppy.
He is. And then what was the new one? Like, it's like, shoot, where was he? There's a new dragon, and he's like just like that. He's an energetic little puppy. It's right next to Poggles. I forgot his name, but that guy gives
Bungo.
Bungo gives me anxiety because like he'll breathe with his whole body. So like I love like his attitude, but like watching like Mocha uses Bungo and watching Moko, and I'm like, trying to learn from Mocha, I'll just see like this like and I'm like, oh my gosh, like getting anxiety looking at this little guy try to breathe.
It's like you need a breathalyzer there, buddy.
Yeah, it's like you have some serious asthma, man.
That's funny.
It's not it.
I do like the duckbill up there too.
Yeah.
Duckbill is goated.
Duckbill's sweet.
The duck. Vi. Why is Vi the worst chibi?
I think Vi was hype when Arcane came out.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, just not a fan. I don't know why. Like, I think you see it very rarely, and I haven't been impressed with the animations. But I haven't ran like Vi ever, or like I don't have it. No, I don't. So
okay.
I think,
but like I haven't researched it either because it just hasn't piqued my interest enough to like potentially buy it.
Yeah, the thing with Vi for me is that every time it jumps, it does that whoa. And it's like every time, and I'm like, stop. And the thing is you can't avoid it. You can't just like not be on the screen or over there. Well, you technically can. You can be on your own board, but like when you're on carousel, you'll do the yell when she's jumping back to the board. So you hear it every single game multiple times.
That's really funny.
Whoa!
I don't see Vi very often, so
yeah, exactly. That's probably why, because they're like they're the one running it. They hear it every time she jumps. So
that's
annoying.
Funny. Lawrence, you got any more rebuttals for Pete's?
You just don't like cats or what?
It just you could run way cooler things like the Sentinel, you know, like the little runes, the rune guy, like the little blue buff.
Did you end up explaining what makes Rune Spirit like what's so good about Rune Spirit?
Oh, he was like second best when it came out, and I freaking love Rune Spirit. Like his little noises. He's just like this cute little like blue buff almost, like the golem. I enjoy him. He has a lot of really cool skins too, in my opinion. He has some nice particle animations.
Birthday cake?
Oh, true. Okay, that one actually is pretty good.
Birthday cake's good.
Birthday cake's decent.
I feel like almost all of them, like the forget which one it's called, but it's like black and blue. That one's really good. For him as well. Yeah, Black Mist Rune Spirit. That one's great. That was my go-to for a while.
Okay. I actually almost have that one maxed. I didn't even realize I owned it.
It's a good one.
Oh, one thing I did want to point out, maybe you'll get into yours as well, Honeybear, but what about Gloop? The little floating blob of goo in B tier, fourth from the end.
Yeah, I feel like Gloop's just kind of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't hate on Gloop, but like, nobody's like, Gloop is the best. It's like, there's
Gloop's like
cool.
other things that do what it does better. The only thing that it has going for it is like it's floating.
It's like Flubber. Like I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Flubber.
Well, like, you can't hate on Gloop. Wait, where'd you put Gloop?
Me?
Yeah.
I think I put it here. Let me. I think it was like C or D.
Oh, you put it in C tier.
Yeah, it was either C or D.
Do you hate Gloop?
I'm not like it's. It doesn't do anything.
But you can't hate on the Gloops. I don't know.
Well, remember what we were doing when we went through these? It's like S plus is like I'm running these every game, and the only reason I'm running anything below it is if these are all deleted from the game.
Yeah.
And then it like goes down from there and there and there, and then once you get to C, it's like, why would you run these over something else? And then D is like, I'm offended that you. Why would you choose this tier? Why would you choose this?
Which I love that Mold
It's Keen's.
He's so offended. He's like, if I see this on my lobby, I'm flipping the table. I'm done. I'm done. I'm tilted. Well, people need to start like getting into Pete's lobbies and just be like, oh yeah, Mold, yeah.
It's specifically one instance where I was in Max Ketchum as the PvE tourney, and Keen's was digging my grave the entire game. I didn't know the meta. I was like goofing around. I was terrible. And I got beat by the one rando in our lobby. And he's sitting there before like I get cutscened, just like digging my grave. I get cutscene by Yasuo, and then I come back and he's still digging my grave. I alt F4'd so quick, walked away from my computer, go touch grass. I was like, I'm so done right now. That was so bad.
That's great.
I would pay money to see a clip like that. That sounds
All right,
so funny.
AML, you heard it. Lock in the multiverse. You heard it.
I will be well.
If
Don't
it's
actually
7v1 multiverse, and they're just all in your screen, just digging away. Like,
No, Alex, don't do it.
Oh my gosh. AML,
just
if you're
changed my
watching, can we make
ban.
that happen? If you find yourselves in Pete's lobby, just lock it in.
Let's calm down, everyone.
If you are somebody on the opposite side of the Nemesis draft and you know somebody uses Moldiver, send them over to Pete.
I don't think there is anyone.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just stop
All
there.
right, let's switch on over to mine.
Yeah, let's move
We'll pull
on.
up the last one here. Oh, mine's a little off. You can tell what it is.
Oh, it looks great.
Looks
You
beautiful.
really like Ash.
Ash is so good.
Ash is the one that, like, I don't actually have Ash, but I keep watching it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so clean. I wish I could have Ash. Like, so
Agreed.
it's like one of those that I just wish I could have it.
Hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah. If only.
If only.
I told myself if I hit my goal, I'll allow myself to buy the Ash skin.
Just
So-
the Ash skin, not the Dragon Mancer.
No, I'm not. I'm a broke college student. I can't afford the Dragon Mancer Ash skin. So I'll just get the Ash skin.
Just get lucky like I did and get it on the 19th egg.
That's still like over $100, right?
I think it was.
That's like almost there.
I think it was 70.
Yeah, that's too much. Do you know how much ramen that is, bro? That's a no
It's
for
a
me.
lot of
dog.
ramen.
That is so much ramen. That's a no.
I mean, on my salary at Aegis here, it's nothing. Buy that in a heartbeat. Yeah, 200% raise last week.
No, no.
Isn't there a job opening, Lawrence?
Yes.
It's HoneyBear's
Director of
position,
TFT
right?
job opening if anybody wants it.
I gotta stop paying this guy. Gotta find somebody to take his place.
Hmm.
Let's
Alright.
see what I can. You
What do you guys want here?
really? You like River Sprite?
Huh?
That much? You like River Sprite that much?
No. But I think River Sprite is so nostalgic that it kind of makes its way to it.
Okay.
It's like, if you're running River Sprite, I'm like, I respect that. Like, I respect it. I'm not going to run it, but I respect it.
Hmm.
I think your Moldiver needs to be one down for sure.
Diver is a little high.
Yeah,
his
for
Moldiver
sure.
is slacking. It hasn't dug its way down yet.
But if Moldiver had to go down, I'd need to create an E tier. Because only those two deserve the lowest of the low.
I don't know.
I hate them. I hate them. If you're running Yasuo or Lee Sin, I don't like you. I'm
See-
so done with the stinking cutscenes. They had to edit the Lee Sin cutscene because it was so flashy that it was hurting people's eyes. They had to take a lot of the flash out of it. Did anybody know that?
No, I did
Yeah.
not.
They edited it because it was so annoying. Like, I truly thought I was gonna have a seizure if I kept getting like died of Lee Sin kicks. I'm like,
Dies of
holy cow!
Also, like one thing that's weird to me is that you have Ash at S plus and you have these two at D. Is it just the champions, or is it like the cutscenes you're describing that just piss you off?
The cutscenes,
What Ash
strictly
has a
the cutscenes. No, their cutscenes, strictly their cutscenes.
Oh,
Ash
okay.
cutscenes clean. Ash cutscenes is like, I feel at peace if I'm dying to the Ash cutscene. If I die to the Yasuo cutscene, I'm irritated. I'm rage queuing at that point.
So I of course have the Chibimancer Dragon Ash or Dragon Chibi, however it's pronounced,
And I'm jelly.
and
Me too.
so I've killed a number of people with it, and I've only had it skipped once. I think it's actually just like aesthetically pleasing. The people are like,
Yes.
"Oh, nice!" Like they're dying in like eighth, and they're like, "Oh," and they just like blown over by it, you know.
It feels good. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, overall, like, yeah, I don't mind dying to the Ash cutscene. I'd prefer to die to the Ash cutscene over any other cutscene. Or basically anything else. I'd prefer to die to the Ash cutscene.
I only have Dragonmancer, Yasuo, and Lee Sin, so we'll play some games, Honey Bear. I'll continue.
I will force myself to not lose to you. I will,
Okay.
like, if I see you in my pool and I know I'm losing in the next couple of rounds, I will force int to see if I can just dodge you. Dodge your cutscene.
Ain't that bad, huh?
I'll
Okay.
force int it.
Did you is that what brings you to have the other 4 chibis in A tier? Is that they don't have a cutscene, so you don't have to care as much?
Yeah. I also think the chibis are just really well done. If Yasuo and Lee Sin didn't have the cutscene, they'd be up in A tier as well. I just think Riot did a really good job with the chibis. I'm pretty pleased with them overall. If I had any of them, I'd probably run them. I just think they're really cool designs. So I like adding League of Legends into it, TFT a little bit more. So, and I'm hoping that someday they release my champion, Amumu, so I can just cry on everybody. Imagine the crying cutscene.
Trying my best.
Just drowning in tears.
Eyes of
Drowning in
Christ.
tears. It's like, because Amumu's lore is he just wants a hug. So it's like, It'll be like literally Amumu bawling his eyes out, almost about to hug you. Cutscene. Boom. Gone. Gone. You're like struck down dead. Like Amumu's
so
coming to
weird.
hug you. You're dead. Amumu's like, I don't get a hug anymore. Greatest cutscene ever, right? You can take that. Let's see it.
I think,
but I mean, overall, I think I have the best list.
I don't know.
I think your opinion's based. Bard is really good. Like, I want a Chibi Bard.
Yeah,
he's my favorite.
Chibi Bard would be freaking lit.
He'd be so good.
Lawrence, who we ending? Who's your Chibi?
Really good. I would actually. I'm actually a Shen one trick when it comes to the league. I really want Shen to be.
I'm down. Chibi. Do you have a specific Shen skin that you would want as like the?
Shen. My IGN. So I'm from Minnesota. If I've never mentioned that before. I love the cold. I love everything to do with just being chilly. And I had the IGN username. I still do, but it's on my Smurf of Minnesota. Like no special characters or anything. I just have Minnesota. And so when I was running that, it was for multiple years, and I would just frozen Shen, and just one recommend rank. So like that was just something really cool, and I got really used to using that skin, and I also think it just looks clean considering how old it is. Like one of the older skins. They did rework him, so it looks better now, but like it's one of the oldest skins in the game.
For sure. I like I bring up Chunky Machivio in the chat. Give me Chibi Gragas so I can drink my pain away in game and IRL. Beautiful. I agree.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that's a solid one to end on, unless you guys have any other rebuttals. We can get into actual TFT news.
I did have one quick question. Pete, do you have a champion that you really want?
It'd be Bard or Jace, in my opinion. I think
Jace would be cool.
I think the top 3, when I was thinking about it, is Bard, Jace. I think Jace would be super cool. And then Scion. Scion would be pretty sick.
Scion would.
Did you?
Like
Did you see the? Was it the Captain Flowers shout out to the new Scion skin? Did you hear that by TheCrazyPete? He wants him to be a trucker.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah. Yes. So, that would be like had Captain Flowers' idea into the Scion.
Oh,
like,
make that
it's no longer a cutscene; it's a truck scene. It's like
a truck scene.
Him just mowing down somebody in a semi truck. Like, absolutely.
Every time you lose a round, you die and then respawn. This is passive.
Yeah.
Puts it in chat like so and so got trucked.
So
that'd be so good.
For sure. Yeah, 416 out here is dies of truck scene. Yes, please. Please. I need this in my game. Forget my answer. I love Amumu. I'm down to dies of truck scene. Please.
Yeah.
Bring that into my game.
Yeah, let's hop it in though to see if we can get some of these other spicy things in AML and ACL though.
Well, let's quickly and we can just slide them through. Do you guys want to talk anything on patch coming out? Anything big exciting?
I did see that they switched up Cannoneers. They released the rundown pretty recently. Excited to see how Cannoneer 4 and 6 works.
Yeah.
Go for it, Honeybear.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I'm excited for, like, it doesn't really affect me all that much, but I know a lot of people are frustrated with the karma reroll. So I'm excited to see some people get some relief from that.
Definitely. I mean, I know they are prioritizing pro play, and that was really the only one that they said, one of the only ones that they're like, this is for everybody else. So kind of cool that they made that change, even though they basically catered a very small patch to Worlds. So I think we're going to be a lot of the same. I like the Xayah buff. I think that was cool. I like playing Xayah. So it's tough to see people going like Xayah 3s and hitting that, quote unquote massive power spike, and then just it didn't matter. it didn't change anything. So smaller changes there. Lots of bug fixes as normal, but nothing really to talk about the patch. Yeah?
Yeah.
On to weeklies?
Yes, sir.
On to the weeklies. So if you guys don't know, we run weekly tournaments every single week on Challenger mode. You guys can swing on over there. They are free to play in, cash prizes. I believe right now we're 1 through 16 is cash prize? No.
1 through 14.
1 through 14 is cash prize.
8th in the semis sucks to suck.
Don't do that.
Don't do
Yeah, so you can join on that. I can't imagine actually going 8th. I don't think those people are real, right, Pete?
Yeah, they're not real.
They're not real.
Yeah.
Those people don't exist.
They
They're
don't
not
exist
real.
ever. No. I've never done that.
Never. Yeah, if you guys have never played them, you can check them out. Normally they're Thursdays, Fridays. We are changing the schedule up a little bit. And this week we did only have the North American tournament. Did you guys see? Well, first off, we go to the top 4 here for the North American tournament. We had coming up in 4th, and I'm going to butcher these names as I always do. Alam Ataturk. I think he was a politician back in the day. Don't actually know. Sacred Norris got that one. Rayog, probably close. And who was that? Oh, geez. No, I don't have the last one. Gerpin was our winner overall, the number 1 overall. So, having said that, is there anybody that stand out to you guys, maybe in the top 4 or other, that you guys want to give a shout out to?
I do have Norris, that's I know everyone rags on him a little bit, but yeah, always comes in and just performs almost every single time, at least every other time, and made it to this, I believe was 3rd once again here. It's always really nice to see them come out. And then there were some newcomers actually. It's Alex, I believe it was their first tournament, and they made it to the finals. That just sounds like something that would be super hype, like you come in and oh, let's just see how this goes, and all of a sudden, oh crap, I won $12 or $14. I don't know. I haven't played in too many tournaments because for one, I suck, and 2, I run most of the good ones. So I haven't participated in too many, so I don't know quite the experience, but hearing people talk about it, is it's always fun.
For sure. Pete, anybody stand out to you?
Dylan Dario, he's always up there in the finals. Huge props to him. He's a great player. And then my rival Grape TFT went 9th. So
not quite finals.
Not quite finals.
Just missed.
We'll get him next time.
Still in the money though.
But yeah, huge shout out to Grape TFT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I believe our winner actually, that was their first tournament as well. Not 100% on that, but I believe that was their first tournament. So really cool. They came in because it's a good amount of money. It's $50 they get to walk away with.
Not too bad. Speaking of $50, how would it sound to win, or not maybe win, but try to shoot for $1,000 prize?
Wait, Lorence, that sounds pretty fun to me. Are you saying that $1,000?
$1,000. Indeed. We have a $1,000 invitational coming up this set over towards the end. So how we're going to be running it this time is we have once again qualifiers that show up. They should be up on Challenger mode right now. But so last times we had it split between NA and EU, and we had 4 qualifiers where all of your points got added up. This time we've split it where we have 3 weeks of 2 tournaments each on each platform, each server, but they will all add into the board.
You're breaking up just a little bit there.
It'll take. Oh, I got to move a little closer. It'll take the so like you have your 6 that you could compete in, and it will take the top 3 points that you get from earning in those. So if you're not able to participate in all of them, you are not going to be hurt by that. So again, these will be on the different servers, but you can participate on either of them if you have the time to do so. And there's 3 for each. So if you participate in all 3 of the NA ones, you don't need to participate in the EU ones. But if you miss an NA one, there's another one on Sunday for the EU one. Points are relatively the same. So what happens again if you're new to this? You go in and you earn points by your placement. So finals, you earn a lot of points. If you make it to semis, you earn a little less, but you earn a good amount. For each tier underneath that, you earn more and more points. So showing up and participating in a lot of them generally helps you out a little bit. Those will run for the next 3 weeks, and at the end of that, we get 22 people from those points are going to go and get invited. 6 of the people that ended up winning, so 6 of winners. And then we have 3 people from AML or from ACL from the finals, and 1 person from the AML winner. Those would be 32 players that make it, and they'll get invited. We'll make more announcements about it in the future. Sorry for that long spiel, but
if you want to hear about it more, check the Discord. Otherwise, all of them will be up on Challenger mode now. They might be up there now. Advanced container.
Yeah. The initial first qualifier will be up. Or first 2 qualifiers. The first one for EU and the first one for NA.
Yes, are up right now.
Oh yeah, and to be specific, so these first ones are still going to be on Thursday and Friday for the 2. It's kind of like how they've always been, and then we'll be shifting them to the Saturdays and Sundays for the next 2 weeks.
So definitely make sure you show up for those. Give them a shout, give them a chance, and ask some of your lower elo friends to come play with you because you don't want to ask the higher ones because they just might beat you. So if you're Keens out there, just make sure you're not asking Pete to come play. I
don't think it works like that. If it's Pete asking to play, don't ask Keens. How about that?
There you go.
He's better. He's better.
All I know is that if Cramsy's playing, just pack it up. You're fighting for second. So, birdies, yeah, those are actually always a ton of fun. We buffed the bracket up too, so instead of we've been running 128 person brackets. These are 256. We can get a lot of people in there, and hopefully people can go and have a fun time. We also want to shout out to, there are a lot of people who come and just play in those tournaments just to get the experience. A lot of times, we'll see people going out the first, second round just consistently. Love to see those people coming back. Gives them an opportunity to play against these guys like a Keens, like a, Crazy Pete, a lot of the other AML and ACL guys who are, Masters plus, and if you're a gold tier player, you might never have an opportunity to play against players like that, other than something like this. So, encourage you to come out, no matter your rank, and hopefully you can have a good time there. Yeah. Anything else on weeklies we wanna pull into, or do we want to slide into our Nemesis draft here?
Should be good from there, unless Pete has some random thing he wants to add in.
Nothing random.
Pog.
Let's go. So for this section, we're actually gonna do. We'll talk about ACL and AML as a whole. If you guys don't know what they are our League of Legends. Holy cow! TFT leagues. So AML being Diamond, up to Grandmaster, and the ACL being Grandmaster plus is the uncapped. So pretty good competition in both of those leagues. And we are in week 2, coming up on week 2 of the finals. We just finished week 1 of playoffs. And we're sliding on in to the next week. As soon as I can get the actual correct overlay up. Boom! We're here. And Lorence.
sir.
While we get people in, what do you want to start with, ACL or AML?
Let's start with that there AML. I've let everybody know that they're on the clock.
Okay. Well, take your time. We don't have to rush it too much. Are you good to edit this as we go?
Yes, sir. I'll be ready to rock.
Wonderful, because I'm gonna work on the timer. Because that's all I really know how to do. I barely know how to do that, so you really gotta help me through here. Timer is not done. Where are we at?
Countdown is.
Oh.
We got like 40 seconds. Let me know when we're ready to go.
Alrighty.
Yeah?
So for the yep, we're good. So for this first one, the shy guy wants me to toss over.
Hi, chat.
Jesus Timo.
Jesus, Timo.
Right away. Boom. Who would have thought?
Wow. It's crazy.
Looks like you're gonna have to deal with the Grape and Indy Alex Grape. Or Jesus Timo. Woofy.
Let's go.
And then there is Grape. Grape, I think, is typing in DMs right now.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
On the clock. I am no Jedi is going over to Group A.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
That one is now off.
Switching on through. We got next pick.
All right, next pick. That would be Indy Alex. Send Skylar. I ain't dealing with that again.
Let's go.
All right. So right. All right, and then Pete. Pete, you are live and on the clock. Pete,
Let's do scales over to Grape's group.
Grape's got some scales.
Why?
Yes,
So scales can grief the other side of the bracket?
Yeah. Love you, Scales.
All right. So then it comes right back up to the shy guy. And they are saying to do Rio.
Rio.
Yay.
It's a solid pick.
Rio's getting sent over, but they didn't expect to.
What?
All
That's
right,
crazy.
so then it comes down to just Grape. Your last pick.
Bum, 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 bum.
Then Happy Paladin is also being right on over. Almost
Happy Paladin.
Right. I did like to see like the one push of Scales, because Scales was low-key was doing really well last week.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah.
So now I believe that's how it works. So basically you take the next tier down and stagger them around to make it the finals of the bracket, correct?
So Joe goes to there, Ragnar goes there. So we're just snaking this back and forth until it's done. Trying to get the last seed into Group A. There are your groups.
There it is. So this is for the Aegis Marauder League week 2 of the playoffs. We have the groups. So these are going to be the ones fighting it out for the top 2 from each group move on directly to the final lobby. The next 4, I was saying next 6. The next 4 in each of them are put into our group C, and they will battle it out, and the bottom 2 from each of the groups drop out. So big stakes is the best of 3 in the first group, and then group C will also be a best of 3 with point system 8 through 1. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty intense. We might have a stream for it. We had a stream last time. Might have a stream this time.
Opium.
No confirmation yet.
Mm-hmm. I'll rely on
cast it.
Get in. Yeah, you'll cast. You cast your own. You're sitting there like playing the game and casting at the same time. I'm sick. I am so good.
CrazyPete's running it down to 8th place again. Let's go.
But extremely important here. It was brought up in chat once again. But if you are in Group A, please purchase Moldivers. Get as many Moldivers as you can.
No.
Grab them up. Get in the Pete's lobbies. You got 3 games of Moldiver there. dig away.
Your mental warfare will not work.
Need like a
all I'm saying.
we need like a hashtag for it. It's like hashtag dig time or something. I don't know.
It only works with Keens. That's all I'm gonna
Listen,
say.
Crazy Pete, all I gotta say is if I am casting, I'm gonna be wearing
Mhm.
my Dignitas shirt for the hashtag dig.
This guy.
I will be wearing Dignitas merch because that's the best I can do.
Oh my
We're
God.
digging.
Okay, dig it.
Gosh, I
We're
dig it.
digging away. All right. Last look at AML. I'm gonna slide over to ACL here
Sure.
if I can. That's a little cut off. Huh. Let's see. That look like that look lit.
Skip is around. He should be good here in a second. He's either going to be saying it in chat or in. Wonder who he's going to pick right away. I'm actually kind of curious because a lot of these look like they're generally pretty good.
Mhm.
Oh, Andrew's like, help me.
Oh, please.
Oh, Arrow. Sending Arrow. That is the 20th seed. And not going to lie, this player is actually really good. Like just because they're 20th seed doesn't mean that they're actually not that good. That's actually it's slightly
Arrow's phenomenal at this game.
Arrow is phenomenal at TFT. That is
Shocked
not.
that that's the first pick though.
That is quite shocking. I almost feel like you could have gotten that maybe with the 5th, but hey, you got to pick what you got to pick. All right, Keens, who do you got to send? You're up on the clock. You're in the chat. You can send a DM to me, or you can say it right here in the chat.
Got to be Cramsey though, right? It's got to be.
Ooh, he sends Cap. Cap actually had a really good week this last week. Yeah, they were not messing around. And you can kind of see this, like, hopefully it doesn't come off as too much of an own plug of like this, but it feels like it's really good that this is like competitive like this, you know, where like just because they're the middle of the pack doesn't mean that they're like any worse than some of these other players. Like everyone here can compete, and you can somebody when they're on fire, they're on fire.
Who do we got next?
Sebvek said to do by seeding, so we'll do Zuzu. ZZ will be sent over to Group A.
Gonzos.
And Zil and Dario put that onto the clock. They did not respond just yet.
All right, they got 50 seconds, Zil and Dario.
So what are we going to do? We're going to sit here and
wait 50 seconds.
Who would you send, Pete?
Who would I send? No, because Cramsey wants to be in Keens' lobby, so.
Oh no, it would, because it would be Zil and Dario.
Oh, gotcha.
Well, I don't think Cramsey does. Cramsey stinks when he's in Keens' lobby. He dominates outside of Keens' lobby.
I'd send Norris, honestly. I faced him a couple of times, and one of them in the weekly, he 3-starred, not like Ramsey. No, it was Soam. It was a 3-star Soam.
I'm sending Dale.
Got clapped.
He's sending Dale over to
Keens. Get out of here. Get over to the lobby.
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That is it. So it's Cramsey moving on over.
Well, it looks like Cramsey is moving on over.
Woo! Fresh lobby.
Hey.
All right.
That's the streaming lobby right there.
Oh, he's sending Norris.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. All right. That's gonna be I like look at this. It's got Keens, Arrow, Cramsey, and Norris all in the same lobby. This is so spicy.
Wait, so we got one more?
Yes. So Keens has one more pick. Let us know.
Jeez. Cramsey has easiest lobby, a lot of EU players. Let them know.
Oh man.
And Groxy.
Shots are already fired.
That sends Groxy over there. All right, so then it will again go by the highest seed would go to Group B first to ensure that Group A has as low as possible, I believe.
Oh gosh, that's awful. That's awful. That lobby is so stacked.
That is a scary lobby.
But no,
if we're going by seeding, it is. Oh, and it's got Andrew.
It's got Andrew too. Oh my gosh, that lobby sucks. Oh no.
Rip Andrew.
No, rip that lobby. His lobby is so free. Omega low. That
lobby
lobby is
free?
stacked.
You have some of like the best players.
And now you see why I'm tilted by Moldiver. That's all I'm gonna say.
This guy doesn't even know what he's doing. He's digging his own grave.
Wait, seriously, looking at these lobbies, B is significantly harder than A, right?
I mean,
Like A's the lobby of life. Like A, A looks good.
I will. I don't know. Like all these players are great, but I will say that looking at it, I would be shocked to see Skip not make it. Again, these are all great players, but it's like Skip, like they're that good enough that they probably will not struggle terribly well in the Group A. I think they'll probably maybe not like destroy it, but I do not see like imagine Skip somehow bot 2ing. That's not going to happen, right?
No, but like I see lobby A as like okay, anybody can make it out. I think it's gonna be a tight group. You know, I think if you have a bad game, you can still come back in this group. But looking at Group B, like if you are slumping on the day, even a little bit, you're done. You're just so done. Like you can't come back from a bad game in Group B, I don't think. Group A, you can come back. Group B is too stacked to come back from a bad game. I don't see it.
That's going to be rough. Oh, I mean, again, some of this might be put a little bit where like the 7th seed Zoo Nation is in Group B. Yes, there's a reason they're the 7th seed, but still, like, I don't know. I keep reiterating it, but like Vitas, Lester, Movie, like Andrew again is like top 20 in Brazil right now. These aren't like slouches here either. So it's like, or I guess for like all these different players, like they're not somebody that you can just kind of scoff at. I guess I think everything's going to be really difficult. You got to come in and like not not just like resting on your laurels. But yes. I agree. I would not want to be a sub for Group B. I agree. Hey Pete, you want to go into check out how Group B would feel?
As I face some of these people, they're all really good, and I'm good. I'll stick to AML for now. I gotta improve a bit. So they're all great players.
Ramsey and Andrew are all top 3.
Yeah, they're gonna hold hands all the way.
But even somebody like
one of them has to get left out from advancing.
But like Movie finds himself to the world stage. Like Norris is a phenomenal. Like even just taking him for like our weeklies, like it's hard to consistently do well in the weeklies, and he's always there. It's like, man, this lobby's so stacked. So stacked. Yeah. Do we want to talk a little bit more about AML, or we want to dive into the Aegis awards here? Any final thoughts on either of them?
Anything else you got, Pete?
Nah, I'm just excited to compete next week.
Yeah,
less Moldivers is better, but I'm excited.
All right, lock in your Moldivers. Lock them in.
All right, let's lock ourselves into the awards. Who won something this week?
Let's see. I got to get all the way down to my awards. All the way down there.
In my opinion, this might just be all of us, but Shy Guy, going from Masters to Challenger in a week.
Is this your high roll of the week?
No, this is my award. Yeah, this is my award for him.
We got a high roll, low roll a week.
Oh, it's the high roll. Duh.
Are you sure it's not
a low roll?
He's not a low roll?
He's not rank 1.
Who cares? That's insane. Like, that's my man. Way to go. I'm so proud of him, though.
That's also my high roll of the week.
Huge.
Yeah.
Shy Guy making it to Challenger. Yeah. That's incredible. Well done. Well done.
Like, that's like not to get like too sentimental, but it's like this is like why I do it. Like it feels like somebody like comes in like have like the push now to like get better at this game, and like maybe shouldn't be taking credit for it, but I feel like that at least had a little bit of a part of it. Maybe they just had it all on their own. Who knows? But like it, like seeing that happen around the leagues that's why I do it. It's like so cool to see that happen. Just like somebody having something to do outside of their like push for getting Challenger or something, you know, like
agreed.
And then they actually make it happen. So that was so cool to see. And everybody they got 10 reactions in the accomplishments channel.
It's pretty cool.
Really cool to see.
And it's inspired me, so that's what I'm going for this week. So
Scales in the chat did ask, is he the only challenger in
That is
AML?
For
'cause
now.
we've only for now.
For now.
Yep. But to make that clear, so like
Mhm.
last set, we still had the same deal where I'll explain it again real quick. So when somebody improves, it's very difficult to like really gauge like how good they really are, and you can happen really fast. I don't push that away. I want people to feel like they can improve and get better at this. I don't want supposed to be building community and not shoving people out because they're too good. Sometimes that kind of like bends away at the competitive integrity. I will agree. Like you have a challenger player technically playing against diamond players. I I to give the feedback, I guess, if it's really feeling that bad, and I feel that too. But that's the sort of thing I want to build here, and so seeing that happen is really insane, and that's the first time that's ever happened. People hit GM a couple times last set. Shout out to Purple Pouring who upgraded to ACL, but no, that's the first time anyone's ever hit Challenger, and it was so sick.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's absolutely incredible. And it's like, I don't know, just diving into it a little, like it's motivating, right? It's like, I want to hit my goal. Like I want to make it happen. Like that's sick. They set out, they've been working really hard and actually made it, actually accomplished what they set out to do. And like, it was fun watching the nights before too of them like, I think I can make it. Wait, I'm going to make it. Wait, I have a few hours. So I'm just going to sit here. I think we made it. And then, waking up in the morning and be like, they made it. That's pretty freaking cool. Like, they did it. Yeah, super motivating.
Was that so? That was both of yours, I guess, that are out of the way.
Did you have a high roll?
Yes, sir. So mine is different. I had so I love just getting to talk to players like individually and just hearing about how their general lives are going and everything. I got to talk to Jojo Karate after he made it. So he was facing like he barely made it with 9 points to make it to Group C, and then so they like won on a tiebreaker by having gotten a third random, and so they made it to Group C with that. Immediately got a 8th in that, and then they managed to eke it out and get in by 1 point. And watching their stream that whole time was so exciting. And then they went and said like in the chat like, hey, like I had some rough stuff going on for the past like while. Thank you so much all for being here. Thanks for running all these things. And that like really like touches me. Like I again myself like played this game a lot, and it was like, man, there's nothing going on here. Everything's so empty feeling sometimes when you're playing TFT, and then all of a sudden, like you get this little like tournament to go and play. Like, oh, now I feel motivated. Oh, I get to like meet all these people. Like I got to meet Pete. I got just by playing TFT, and like I love talking to Pete now. I love talking to Honeybear. Like all these people here. And then so getting like to see like him get that happen to him where he had this bad time, and then he gets to come and play in this tournament, meet people, have something motivating to look forward to. That was really special to me. And that's why that's my high roll of the week.
Feels good, man. Yeah,
double good.
Super awesome. And even getting Cass and watch his stream. We actually got his POV the entire time, which was awesome to get to watch that. Yeah, heart broke for him when that bug happened too.
Oh, that was
like I could literally feel it in my stomach of like how sad I was watching it.
That was the 8th, right?
Yeah.
So that was like he went 8th off of that. So like to give the context, if people are here and they didn't see it. So what happened was he had switched out his whole board, switching to a dragon board, sold his whole board, and then tried to put out his units. And then when he was putting out his units, the round started. Couldn't put out his items. He took like 20 health in one shot and died. Going into Treasure Dragon, if I'm not mistaken. So like if you survive that, you get Treasure Dragon, get all these items out with a full dragon board. Probably might even won that round, much less like not taking 20 health. That was like I was like, oh my gosh. Came back and got.
And that was the game 3. That was game 3.
Was that the game 3?
That was game 3. Yeah, so he got 8th in game 3 of Group B, and I believe that was it.
Or I thought that was 6th, because he got 6th, I believe, in the thing for Group B. But I mean that might have been the case. Either way, it was like one of the 2 spots. They had gotten that and like went out way before they should have.
Yep.
Pete, did you happen to be paying attention to that at all, or?
I watched the whole thing.
He went in Group B. He went 7th in game 1. Was it 3rd in game 2, and then 8th in game 3?
Okay.
So, yeah, I think that was it.
Okay, then that was it. With that sent them down. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
that was
It's
rough.
just unless it was in, or was that in Group C, Game 1?
I think it was Group C.
Was it Group C Game 1?
I think it was Group
yeah,
C Game 1.
Yeah, it was like
Okay.
a really
Mhm.
okay. So like the context again was then it was like something really tilting happening on that first game, and it's like, what do I do now? And then getting to jump in and make that first happen in the next game was nuts.
Yeah, that's freaking incredible.
I think it was the
Honestly.
very first game. I was like, man, I'd be tilted going into that and having that outcome from a bug. But he
I was
pulled it
tilted just watching it.
I was practically livid. I'm like, what? Like I was doing the what?
Like, remake the lobby. Forget
Yeah,
get this guy.
remake
Remake the whole thing. Give this guy a chance out here.
Competitive integrity.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, threw on the robe, carried himself to victory.
I
was
love that. I
nice.
freaking love that.
Yeah. He did good.
Before we dive into low rolls real fast, though, if anyone in the chat, if you guys are hanging out still watching, if you have any questions, right after we finish our low roll of the week, we're going to go to question and answer. If you guys have any questions about anything, question about our tier list, questions about the anime we talked about today, question about Lawrence's haircut, question about why is Pete so handsome, anything you got, drop them in the chat. We'll start pulling them here and answer anything you guys got. But low rolls of the week, unless Pete, did you have something else? I know I cut you off.
No, it's a low roll. That's
right.
just my low
Hit me
roll.
with your low roll.
I felt bad for Owen. That was the most hype last game of the C group, and I wanted Owen to come through and make it, but fortunately he didn't. I was rooting for him the entire way, and so that was really hard to see. But he did good. He did really
good. I understand that. Where like I've like talked to basically everyone because like I have to communicate with them at some point and like send them their like acceptance letters and everything. So like I have like DMs with like pretty much everybody here and like talking with people. And it was like just another person that like came in and they like were trying their hardest and just barely missed out right at the end.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to lose,
For sure. Yeah, somebody's got to lose. And I mean, if making it to this point, you've already proven yourself to be an amazing player. Like there's no losing now. There's just no shame.
Mm-hmm.
Just no shame. Lawrence, you got a low roll or you want me to hit first?
I got it. So mine was Norris getting sent to Lobby B from having more points in Lobby A, or sent to Lobby C. He had enough points to get Lobby B. So he got 17, and then second in Lobby B was 16. So he would have gotten first in that lobby and got sent down to groups. I mean, that's just how the games go. Like if certain pointings happen like that, like one's more competitive than the other, one's not. You just have to play better than the people that are in your lobby. And so it was like, oof, you have to go play Lobby C when you had 17 points. So that's rough. But he clutched it out anyway. So I'm always gonna have the whole low roll with the little bonus at the end where like it actually is a happy. But he made it to week 2. That's my low roll. What you got, Honey Bear?
For sure. Mine is Keen's not making it to semifinals. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a joke. I just want a little jab at Keen's there. But no, mine is actually one that I'm like truly like sad about. Like I'm actually like it bothers me. I'm gonna lose sleep over it. Because like this, I've been watching them this entire set, and like I don't know, like behind the scenes cheering for him this entire set. So mine is Purple Pouring, just barely not making it out. To move into Lobby C and possibly move on. So just watching them the entire way, started in ACL as a Masters player, just straight up true Masters player, dominating some of these Challenger players, beating them out to, get their playoff spots, finding their way to the playoffs, and, putting on a good show. So, like, heart goes out to Purple Pouring because, man, I really wanted them to do well. I like the underdog story. I think they were the, big underdog in the ACL. For all accounts, if you look at it, they should have been missed playoffs. If you take solo queue into account, they shouldn't have made it. And, so just watch them. And then watching that final lobby where they actually had a chance to to go through the final match, trying their best to get first there and just missing out. But what a crazy run from Purple Pouring, and yeah, sad that they didn't make it out. So that's my little role because I'm
I see you there in the chat. Nothing shameful about like trying to level up here and make it up to ACL and then not making it to like week 2 playoffs. These are tough players. They're not messing around. So
yep,
yeah,
sad
for trying this out. No shame, HoneyBear likes to say.
Anyways, on a happier note, getting rid of all the somber here. Let's slide on in to our Q&A before we get out of here. So I don't know if anybody pulled them from before, but I have one. I missed who said it.
Who done it?
Wasn't even a question, but it was, dang, HoneyBear's office is really cool. It is. Aegis has given me some really cool stuff for the basement here. Since I'm stuck here 24/7, it's nice that I have some cool trinkets to look at. But it's actually all just a green screen. There's nothing behind me. There's nothing behind me. I can prove it. There is, over on this side, it's literally the part of the green screen that hasn't been shown yet. It's literally just a green screen. There's nothing there. Chat, I'm alone in here. I need help.
All right. For those, it isn't a spoiler alert.
Somebody get me out of here.
It isn't a spoiler alert, but it's like in that Game of Thrones cell where it's just at the Eyrie, and there's like it's just off a cliff. Like there's 3 walls and then there's a cliff. And that's what you have. You're like have the 3 walls and then you just have a cliff off to the side.
That's it.
I didn't see any other questions, but
didn't pull anything else from the stream. No worries. But guys, in the Discord, again, make sure you guys do drop the if you guys have them, drop your tier list. We'd love to see them. It's pretty fun. Drop your little legend tier list. I actually see quite a few in there, and I'm excited right after this. Scroll through them.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna for sure be looking through these. Once I get done here. Obviously, I'm not gonna do it all right now while I'm on the podcast, but I'm for sure gonna look through these. Again, here I'll share the link again. Make it and dump it into TFT General. I'll definitely be looking.
For sure. Anyways, without further ado, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. I would say a little longer episode, but our episodes are just getting longer and longer, it seems like. We're going to try to keep them to around an hour. But if we tiptoe over, that's because we're just enjoying it here. But shout out to our sponsors. Cat Ears for Keens. Check out his stream. Make sure you guys sponsor the Cat Ears for Keens. Also, big shout out to our secondary sponsor, Gold Buddy's name change officially to Gold Daddy. So thank you, Gold Daddy, for being a part of our broadcast here. Appreciate you helping out. Just big shout out to anybody hanging out here on Twitch. Really appreciate you guys. If you guys catch it on YouTube, thank you so much. We're trying to build the YouTube over there and just have good content for you guys. If you haven't watched it yet, brand new Purple Pouring interview is up on YouTube. Go peep it. Check it out. Pouring's a really cool guy. He's got some cool stuff to say. You have to suffer through watching me, but it makes it up when you can, hear from a guy like Purple Pouring. So, shout out to them. But Crazy Pete, got anything you want to shout out, man?
No. Same thing as Keens, I'd say. Join Windfall Tactics. It's a great server full of people trying to improve a TFT. Shout out to just all the people who've helped me learn TFT over the past little bit. Lorence, Mocha, Keens. I've improved a ton. Took me from gold to masters in one set, and now I'm GM, hoping to hit challenger. So it's really cool to just have such amazing people in the TFT community. And Aegis for
it's really special. Yeah. To see people grow and get better at the game.
How did Lorence make that list?
Because he talked to me really early on, really early on. Lorence is the GOAT. So,
I mean, when I have ideas, I can talk about concepts. I just can't apply worth a darn as a.
Lorence, anything to shout out, man?
Shout out to Pete for coming on. I love having all the guests. Every time I get to just talk to people while I'm on here, it's basically I just get to like smile while I'm here a little more. Not that there's nothing fun to smile about when Honey Bear's on here, but I like getting to have new fresh people on here and talk about things. It's always really fun. Again, shout out. I will shout this out every single time. Don't care if it gets old. I love having everyone here. It makes doing this so much easier. Seeing everybody have so much fun when playing TV and everything. So shout out to everybody that came out.
For sure. Once again, thanks so much, everybody, guys. Thanks, Pete, for joining us. It was actually a last minute thing too. So really appreciate you joining and putting up with all the antics that we have. But that'll do it for us. We'll be live again next Sunday. We're live every single Sunday. We'll probably be live right around 8-ish, sometime around there, 8-ish EST. It depends on how long ACL goes. But we do try to get around 8 or 9, sometime around there, EST. So just be keeping out, watching the ACL, watching those streamers' POVs, and you get to see us then. But again, this has been the Aegis Rolldown Podcast, episode 5. Can't believe it's already been 5 weeks, over a month. But thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you all next week. You guys have a great one. Peace out, everybody.